Red alert, red alert, red alert. Calling all ambitious SMEs sales and marketing professionals? Trust me, we need to talk about the warnings against profiteering by trader in the SMEs biz. Believe me, it may hurt you and your profession if you are not aware of this. Hence, it is wise to read fully this week's bulletin so that we do not break the law in any sales transactions. Agree or not? Hold your horses. Don't be too eager to read the entire newsletter yet. Let's pause here for a while and read the preview first. Okay, thanks. As a starter to this short preview of the government taking drastic steps against profiteering, the following facts and figures must be highlighted. Okay or not? It concerns the enforcement officers being committed to check prices on the ground. Moreover, traders are warned not to increase prices excessively. If not adhered to, quick action will be taken if they have indeed found guilty. Although prices of chicken and eggs are expected to rise after the removal of the maximum price, the authorities are looking out whether traders hoarding supplies. Plus, officers are asked to constantly monitor closely the situation, being alert of excessive prices. Increase it. Demand the public also to report to the authorities of such unhealthy practices. Without further ado, let's get to the meat of the newsletter. Shall we? Thanks. Breaking news. On the alert against profiteering. Putrajaya, with ceiling prices for chicken, eggs and bottled cooking oil to be removed after June 30th, the Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Ministry will have its work cut out to ensure there are no drastic price hikes. Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs Minister Dadaksari Alexander Nantolingi said his ministry's enforcement officers would be dispatched to check prices on the ground and weed out profiteering traders. Once the ceiling price is removed and the price of chicken and eggs is left to market forces, we expect costs to go up. The ministry understands this will happen because of rising costs, but traders cannot increase prices excessively. We would like to warn traders that we will be monitoring prices and will not hesitate to take action if they are found to have breached our rules and profiteering laws, Nanta told a press conference at his ministry here yesterday. He was speaking after an engagement session on price and supply issues with industry players and consumer groups. The ceiling price scheme for chicken and eggs, which was implemented on February 5th, will end after June 30th. The scheme was supposed to end on June 5th, but the government extended the deadline to ensure Malaysians are better prepared for the expected price changes. Nanta said the price of chicken was expected to go up to around Rm10 per kg after the removal of the maximum price. Livestock farmer groups told me that chicken prices will indeed go up a bit after the subsidy is removed. I cannot confirm by how much, but they said it would be around Rm10 or so per kg. They also gave me their assurance that it won't be as high as Rm12 per kg, as speculated by some people. I told them they must not increase prices excessively, as we will take action if they do. He added. Currently, the ceiling price for standard chicken is set at Rm8.90 per kg in peninsular Malaysia. Nanta said enforcement officers would also be on the alert for cases of chicken hoarding before the June 30th deadline. We are aware that some traders might take advantage of the situation by hoarding supplies, so we are constantly monitoring this. If members of the public come across this, please report to us, he said. On the removal of subsidies for bottled cooking oil after June 30th. Nanta said the scheme was always supposed to be a temporary move. The scheme, which was implemented on August 1st last year, was supposed to be for 3 months, but the government has continued it until today. The government has spent up to Rm20 million a month to provide the subsidies. Now, we have decided to remove it and allow the prices to be dictated by the market, he added. However, the subsidy for cooking oil sold in 1 kg polybag packets will remain. The price of the packets is capped at Rm2.50 per item. The maximum retail price imposed on bottled cooking oil was set at Rm29.70 for a 5 kg bottle, Rm6.70 for 1 kg, Rm12.70 for 2 kg and Rm18.70 for 3 kg. Not that we are at the tail end of this week's bulletin. Do be on our guard against profiteering. Then let's this news be a strict warning to us all. Agree or not? Hence, to recap in a nutshell, be reminded that there is the presence of the law enforcement agencies, every ready to check prices on the spot. In addition, traders are warned not to charge excessive prices. Failure to comply will result in legal action if indeed there is a guilty verdict. Although chicken and egg prices are expected to rise after the price cap is lifted, authorities are watching closely to ensure that traders are not hoarding supplies. In addition, officials are asked to monitor them closely at all times under such a situation. In the face of inflated prices, there is the need of the public to report such unhealthy practices to the authorities. All in all, the question remains, what can we benefit with these knowledge? My humble opinion is to avoid unreasonable price increases for our goods and services. Get my drift? You bet? Here is a great quote by Larry Page, co-founder of Google. He says, "You don't need to have a 100-person company to develop that idea." End of newsletter. Source, extracted and modified from OpenPrinted Media. P.S. Come to think of it, we know if it is a lengthy SME's business newsletter, yet we want to congratulate you for watching and reading this bulletin completely. Needless to say, since you have fully read this news, therefore, you now deserve more forthcoming weekly free bonus of chapters of the book How to Handle All Kind of Sales Objection. Additionally, we are eager to know which part of this newsletter you learned most. Your feedbacks are critical so that we can help each other grow effectively. Lest you forget, these sharing will continue in YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course in our author, trainer, and consultant's email, joseph@gmail.com. Upon request. Alright, thank you. We hope to meet you next week. Goodbye and best wishes. From me, yours truly, Madam Sophia, the virtual presenter to CTM Joseph. June 25, 2022.